here we are, Legionnaires League Diamond Division. Again, the beautiful co-caster Pennywise. Welcome to you.
Thank you, dude. Thanks for having me.
And first I want to say sorry to everybody for the bad quality Penny had in the last video I uploaded. It should be better now. I hope it is. Sorry for that. And now we're gonna get into this beautiful game. I'm a little bit biased for Nate and Shiggy here because they're out of my guild. So I kind of have to cheer for them a little bit more. But what do you think?
Nothing to do with the fact that me and Cynic just beat you in ranked games, right?
What? That never happened. But what do you think about the spells? Today we had a really big discussion in Discord about spells. What is your opinion about the
I think these are three. I think these are three really solid spells. I think Venture is one of the biggest high risk, high reward spells in the game. Next to something, I mean, Predator and Embargo are similar along those lines, but Venture is definitely one of the riskier ones, right? Because you need to shift 120 gold on one wave, but then you get a massive chunk of it back on 13.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, very strong spell for taking you into the mid and late game if you can weather those risky waves on 11 and 12. Now, units that are really good for doing that are things like Kingpin and Banana Bunk, and we see that Cynic has an Angler and Yogg has a Bunk. So, both of them setting up to go for a Venture play late game, which is really nice to see.
It's pretty cool. And as much as I hated Lizard Army when it came out, it was really weak compared to any other spell, but it is actually in the position of a very strong aggressive spell right now because of the 40 Mythium you get on top of the Lizard Sense, and this can be really vulnerable to builds that are not that great on any of the waves 11, 12, or 13.
Yeah, exactly. Lizard Army is, I feel like it's a bit of a win more spell. Like if you're ahead in the game and you take Lizard Army, you can just destroy your opponent because you send them like 200-300 every wave for 3 waves in a row, and they leak every wave, and it's just game over.
And there's a lot of mind game included because you can basically go any of those 3 waves, even though 12 and 13 are obviously a lot more likely because the send there is bigger.
Sure. Yeah.
And I want to mention here, Nate and Shiggy, they really risk an exec. And the other one, Shiggy here, is having an elite archer, probably one of the worst units you can have possible to defend any early game wave.
Elite archer leaks hard on like any early game wave that it gets a send on.
Yes, and he has to now carry the next wave in order to not break Nate's egg unless Nate lets it leak. Anyway, okay, Nate lets his egg leak, but it should be still Shiggy to hold next wave unless they want to get and risk a lot of king damage.
I quite like Nate's play here. So he started off that wave 2 by building 2 chain fists down here.
Yes.
And then he sold them. So he either knew that Cynic couldn't afford a dragon turtle.
Yes.
Or he just decided to risk it. And by doing that, he was able to push his 4 workers that much quicker, like quite a lot quicker, knowing that he had no way of holding wave 3 Brute anyway. So Cynic has missed income to send this Brute, so he's that much behind economically, and Nade isn't even trying to hold it, so he doesn't care.
It was a beautiful play here, and he will be on 6 workers fast. Even 7-8 workers should not be a problem for him. Well, maybe he should stay on 7 workers to be a little bit safer for the next wave. But overall, a really great play that should give them a huge advantage now, unless Yogg and Cynic will be able to outpush this very slow play.
Yeah. I mean, this Elite Archer was close enough to leaking against 2 snails, which gives you an idea of like how strong it is.
Yes, on top of this, he added a magic damage dealing unit. So he was really good here with Elite Archer being arcane defense typed. Elite Archer is just not a unit you want in the early game. It's absolutely bad there. Totally.
But we see that Nate and Shiggy have got the early worker lead. It's only 1 worker in the lead at this moment, but it's still a lead nonetheless.
Yeah, let's see how this will change after both Cynic and Yogg getting sends. Shiggy's actually sending massive, 100 already. He's close to getting another 20. He is 120 sent from Shiggy now. Which is quite massive, and we see Cynic is on a lot of value. He had to stay 5
He's pretty good here, though. So he's got that Green Devil, which
decent.
is super tanky,
Yeah,
and
but
he's got the
Green Devil, if you have a brood on
Serpent,
it,
which is pretty strong.
Green Devil against a brood is not doing that much. Against wave 4 as well. Plus, he's having another Gargoyle that's bad. He's having 2 Chain Fists that they're bad. He's having an Angler that is bad. The only good unit from him is the Serpent. I see him leak big here. And
yeah, he's leaking really hard, actually.
Yeah, he was not that good, as you mentioned. Green Devil is only good if it's like half tanking and surviving till the end. But this is a massive league with Cynic staying on 5 workers. So,
but luckily Yogg holds though, so he's not going to clean up very much in the middle because he's only got 1 False Maiden left.
Actually, I see Yogg not clearing one of those units. He's only damaging.
No, but he'll bring it down a bit lower.
Yeah, he will, but he will not clear out one of them, which is a lot of king damage in the early game. Brood is just so hard against the king. It's just beating it up. Look at this. It's like 20% lost on wave 4 already, which is a huge lead.
Yeah. 22% from what looked like a fairly small lead.
Yes.
And you can see that the story is in the power score, right? Because Cynic is already looking a fair bit lower than the other players.
Perfectly displayed there. There's only this one issue. Even though Nate and Shiggy are ahead, well, they're still Shiggy having this awful setup. I can't say it anywhere else. No, anyhow else. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry, but this elite archer plus the steeds that have no unit to buff are just so bad value. So even though it says 445 value, he might be on like 380, something like this on a normal wave.
And I've got to say, he's dead on wave 6.
He's dead on wave 6.
So all Yogg needs to do is send him a brute or a dino.
He's dead on wave 9 right now.
Yeah.
He's really bad. But Nate just got the biggest present you can make him. He has the Exec, he has the Aqua, and now you send a brood where you lose income. Only a brood into this. So this is just giving him so many workers. In his case, I would even push 9. Like for real, he's just...
It's worth pointing out as well, it looks like Cynic takes lock-in. I don't know if he locks in the Gargoyle or the Angler, but he's definitely locking in one of those.
He might be. The last days I've seen Cynic always play Green Devil. But before I know Cynic is a redraw player. So Cynic is for sure the only player out of this party, I think, that is playing not Greed. I think everybody else is playing Greed here. But Cynic is either playing redraw, which he did the last days, but I've seen him almost ever start Green Devil like today and yesterday evening. So he might have changed and had, he went for a new strategy.
Yeah. I think locking Gargoyle is really strong, by the way.
Do you think so? I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I'll tell you why. It's really strong. And it was actually Jules who told me this. So it's really strong because of the current like king up on wave 1 meta. So if you're if you know that you're getting a king up on wave 1, then Green Devil is pretty much the best unit you can have because you can guaranteed push up to 6 workers, which is a pretty nice thing to be able to do.
I see what you mean. To be honest, I actually think Red Aqua's better.
It's that much more expensive though, isn't it? So you can't push up to 5 during wave 1 like you can with a Green Devil.
No, but it's a lot safer as well. Like, even with the Aqua, you're a lot better on 4, you're a lot better on 6, a lot better on 7 and 8.
That's true.
But
and about the same on 9 and 10.
You're a little bit slower
though. You're both stuck on 9 and 10.
Yes. I'm really looking forward to see this, this wave, since Cynic is now swapping towards income units, while he did send Brood twice, and it was twice the wrong decision to send a Brood, and he lost 6 income already because of this.
He's going back for income sends now with Cannoneer and Snail, which is a bit of a recovery, but he could have done that earlier. Like,
could have.
Into the wave 3 exac, he could have just sent a Dragon Turtle and a Snail, and he would have been that much better off.
It's alright if you don't give him any way to predict the unit you have on wave 3, so it might have been polys, so a Brood might be the better play in some cases. But overall, I think 5 was absolutely a misplay with the Brood. So if you only send 60 against an Exec, you already see the Aqua, which is a decent combination. And you only send 60 anyway. You should not send a Brute, because this is usually not leaking, unless you pushed 8 or 9 workers and don't add too much.
Yeah, if you want the income, you just send a Dragon Turtle there, and then you just start to get your economy steamrolling a little bit.
This is
and
exactly
we can see
the
that
reason.
He's way behind in workers.
He's getting starved a little,
partially
though.
because of decisions like that. So
and he's getting starved a little.
These like tiny decisions, they really add up and make a big difference when you get later on in the game.
Yes, it's always people asking me in my streams, do you really think those +2 income with greed matter a lot? And the thing is, well, if you calculate them up, okay, it's 20 gold until wave 10. That's not a lot, but it just enables you a lot of options you don't have otherwise. For example, a lot of 5 worker openers are getting enabled by the extra 4 gold you get till wave 3. And that way you're just able to scale a lot better in the game. And this is what it's all about. It's not purely about those 20 gold you receive until 20, but it's more about the possibilities you will get out of it. And this is exactly why Cynic is now falling behind. Obviously, he's getting starved a little, but he lost a lot of opportunities due to the non-income sends he did that did not pay off.
What do you think about this, though? Because I really don't like that send into Cynic's lineup. I think Pack Leader on 9 is not the best send anyway, because wave 9 is quite a slow attacking wave.
I don't like it, to be honest. I think
and you
there
already
were a
see
lot
that he has
better
a Mudman, you already see that he has a Bounty Hunter.
No, Pack Leader was not the best option here. I don't know what was, though. Maybe actually just send tanks or brutes.
Cynic needs to harden this, though. He should know that he needs to harden this.
No, I think he's afraid of 10. I think he's going for
10,
the golem.
He has Kingpin and he has Deep Coiler, so he's got options.
Yeah, but the send can be massive for 10. Like, he could have received around 310, which would be massive. And he's not going to hold it like this. I think he just tried to cover both waves, which is usually a bad play. So if you're getting starved for a long time, usually you should take risks and concentrate on one wave you will get the send on, and then you build full against this wave because you still have your mate to hopefully cover you on the other wave. Especially in a duo, you can just talk, communicate. Okay, I'm bad here. Can you cover me next? So one is building for one wave.
Oh no. Sorry to interrupt you, but look at this.
That's beautiful for Nate and Shiggy, but HP. Awful for Cynic. And Cynic is now out of the game. Yargok is scaling perfect. He's just holding the send super close with an almost dead false maiden. He's 15 workers now, leading over anybody else in the game. Yargok,
well, he needs to,
fed, but Cynic
with
is
how
out.
far behind Cynic is.
Cynic is, and he has no chance of recovering. Cynic, the only chance for Cynic to do good will be 16 plus because he has death caps. That's the only way Cynic can actually influence the game, because he's just going to hold big on 16, 17, 18 if he's able to get out those death caps early enough.
He can't even afford a deep coiler. Oh, he has to sell his split to get it. Otherwise he would have leaked wave 10 as well.
Yeah.
For guys in chat, anyone who doesn't understand, like where Cynic leaks that pack leader with 1% HP, that's 40 gold that he misses out on. It's huge. Like, it looks like not that impactful, but it's a worker that he's missing out on. He could be on 10 workers instead of 9. He could have got his deep coiler without having to sell his split. Like, that has a massive impact on Cynic's game, and he was already struggling.
And especially with this huge lead they have, and they know Cynic is that far behind, he can't have too many workers. It's actually a pretty easy venture for Nade, who is quite good on 11 and 12, with Axec being a huge tank, Aqua Spirits providing some pierce damage and some magic damage, on top of the Rangers covering a little bit on 12. So I really see Nade going venture here, even though he did not receive a send. And
I feel like Cynic has to go venture as well.
Well, she could
like
risk it.
Venture's Cynic's kind of only way to get back in, I think.
Yes.
So he needs his Kingpin and he needs venture, and he can't afford both, unfortunately.
The thing is, he can risk not going for the Kingpin, hardening here, and then going for Kingpin on 12.
His column is de-hardened now.
Well, then he probably doesn't go for venture. He should not, at least.
And I guess he has to save you.
Ooh, look at that. Nate and Shiggy going for the Lizard Army. They want to end this game as soon as possible, with the double savior coming out from Nate and Shiggy. This is interesting. Nobody taking venture in this game. I think there were
I feel like the lizards are just going to feed them, though.
Well, I do like the lizards against Cynic, because they're going to distract his coilers so long, since they don't know there's a death cap, This is actually quite good if they wanted to send on 12, for example, because you can just add up a 4-eye and the coiler won't be able to snipe it. But against Yogg, I'm not too sure if lizards are actually the play to go for. Let's see, the sends now are massive.
They're pretty big. Now, Shiggy did have to miss income to send that 4-eyes.
Which is alright. I think Cynic should leak big, and if he's now leaking big, there's almost no way for him to get back. If they send pre-15 with the death caps. And I do not see Yogg hold as well, so there's gonna be king once again with a living 4-eye. Crucial. While
so Cynic
I see
gets
Nate
one more.
holds. Nate holding, Shiggy leaking a little bit. Nate will be able to clear all of this leak. So we have again the strike for Nate and Shiggy. Yeah.
So Yogg only leaks 1. That's not too bad. And Cynic's leak, while it was 80%, it's all kind of low HP apart from the 4-eye. So it's not going to be massive king damage. But just the economic situation is looking pretty dire.
Yes, it is.
Now the one positive for Cynic and Yogg is that Yogg is leading the game. So he has 20 workers,
but very small leading.
Really good income. He's doing okay.
The thing is,
but he really needs to put his carry pants on.
The thing is, Yogg and Nate are battling it out at the moment. They're both leading quite far. They're almost on the same level, Yogg being 1 worker ahead. But we have to mention that there will be 2 lizards this wave and 3 lizards next wave, which is a lot of power, especially with those worker counts that are still incoming. So it's all about Yogg and Nate battling it out. While I see Yogg ahead in the late game because of his role, he's having LUDs together with White Mane, but Nate is sending against Yogg. And whenever the strong player in both teams is sending on the strong player in the other team, he's having an unfair advantage because the strong player then obviously gets the sense from the weak player and he can just scale super big and crush the strong player from the other team.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be one of those games where the win condition for Cynic and Yogg is to try and get past wave 15, and then at some point Cynic just has to suicide push.
Well, we can still hope for the reroll, because Nate with Asarias, Ranger, Grawl, he's looking pretty damn good on, let's say, 18 plus.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much a good wave for them, while Cynic is looking really strong 16, 17, 18.
Now, how is Cynic going to hold here? He does finally get his kingpin, and he is hardening, so he's done the best he can here, but he's still
so far undervalue.
Very low value.
And on top of this, his send is massive. It's like 400 cent. It's huge.
Although a big chunk of that is lizards, which doesn't really count.
Yes, and there's more hermit.
That's the problem with Lizard Army. Like, even though you're getting those big numbers of Mythium out, a lot of it is kind of pointless Mythium, right? Because it's just lizards, which...
It's a 400 send, while none of those units is kind of perfect. He did send Mole Hermit because of this one flower he had, but it's basically useless against all the other units he has. Hermit is fine though, it's just regenerating. It's not too bad.
His squad is going to chew on all of the range sends, so Cynic at least is getting gold from that. He will leak.
Yeah, but is this over is the question, because Yogg doesn't look too good. As we mentioned before, he's pushing quite hard, but Cynic is out of the game, and this is close. It's not over yet, because they have a little bit of king, I think, and the king spell is not too bad. But
Yogg just sniped the Hermit with his final attack, which was kind of lucky. But this really hurts as well. Like, we've got sorry, I can't ping it. We've got an Ogre on 1% HP, which is similar to Cynic's pack leader. That's another 50 gold that Yogg misses out on just because
this is so hard. And on 13, you basically get nothing back. Focus. You won't get a big share out of the little bit of the send here. So I really see Nate and Shiggy far ahead. Now they're taking over with workers again. Oh no, they're
Yogg is still managing to keep his lead. In fact, Cynic now has more than Shiggy, so he's...
Yeah, but this is bad.
He kind of realizes that he's in a tough spot and just decides,
Cynic did overpush because he has to get past 15, but he pushed too much to be able to do decent until then. And Yogg doesn't look like a great carry on 15, even though he has the White Mane LODs now, probably White Mane Hades, but the value's just not looking good enough to make a good setup for 15. I really do see this game end 15. Oh no, those king ups.
King ups as well.
This is so bad. This is like the worst I could have done. Because now Nate is just able to push really hard, kill Yog, and this is game on 15. They just ruined it. Shit. Cynic pushed too much, plus those king ups. If Nate and Shiki don't send now, they really gave the game out of their hands, because they will win on 15. 100%.
So Yog is sending here. I wonder if Cynic will just finish king after income.
So Nate should just go for the Shaman. Yeah, Shaman is the call, I think, here. Or do you think Ram is better one? Or even Ghost Knight?
Against Yog, I would send
Shaman.
Ram is good. Ram's definitely good.
But there's a lot of good damage against the Ram with those units, the boosts. And a Shaman will just put so much pressure.
The Ram's going right. The Ram will go right,
yeah,
so
sure.
the canopy should go left onto the wave creeps.
But with a Ram, you have the potential to have a second spawn of the LODs. With Shaman, you put that much pressure against Yog's defense line that most of the LODs won't be able to spawn another one. That's what I think, but let's see how it pays off. I think this should be a win anyway. I don't see Cynic hold with this role. He's especially not holding the boss.
Well, his send is pretty much an income send though, so there is that.
Yeah, but there's still the Hermit, which is countering those death caps really hard. Top of this is undervalue. He has no single target damage besides the Coiler and the Kingpin. Well, not great.
I think he's at least clearing all of the small ones, which is okay.
Which is quite good, yes. But he's gonna lead the
he's
boss.
Not doing badly, honestly.
There's gonna be a boss league from Yogg as well in this game. This is the GG.
Yeah. They do have full king attack.
It won't
there
help.
is no
It won't help. One of the attacks from the giant quadrupus is actually dealing 3% king HP.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty dead. Like those two would probably go like around 60% king, maybe even. They're massive.
Well, one's down. I think they might live, you know.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
2%, dude. Easy.
Oh my god.
But the question is still, when do they win this game?
How to counter 17 now? 17 is still a big thing for Cynic. Oh no! I thought they're so dead. Well,
it was very close.
Oh no! And look at this, Yogg now even drawing the Disciple. So his role is basically OP.
His late game
for the
is
game.
Insane.
If they live 17, Yogg is actually in a position to carry this.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's sense around 500 to 600 coming against Yogg, with him being on value plus not having the perfect units to counter 17, and Cynic not being that great as well, because death caps are decent if you have a strong tank setup, but there is no strong tank setup.
Maybe Yogg can do one more Banana Haven to try and tank the wave.
He has to, and he has to change his split. Yogg has to change his split.
He could play a Red Eyes, he could play another Golem and Harden.
He won't get a Red Eyes. He does not have the money.
He doesn't get a Red Eyes, no, but he can get another Golem and double Harden.
And I really hope Yogg is going to change up his split. With this split, he's gonna kill his backline, which he really does need.
So Cynic's gone for 2.
He's pulling the tanks on the right side, and then the tanks and the wave will just run around and kill the LODs and the Starcaller, which is his infinite spawns. He's just killing it with the wave. I really do not see them hold here, but I was wrong in 15. I might be wrong again. I just see Nate and Shiki win this here, or they might lose. I think if they don't win it now,
it's 620 really send against Yogg. The thing is, so Cynic send here is 320, but 80 of that is king upgrades.
Yeah.
So you need to kill both players here if you want to win,
now
really.
The way half of the wave joining.
Yeah, exactly like
the
you
backline,
said. The wave just wraps around
killing
and kills
his main damage dealers, the LODs, the Starcaller, all this. But Cynic
Cynic
is
looks
doing
like
good.
he might be holding though.
With 4k value, how can you? But he's not holding this.
Because he only got
This is
a
it.
240 cent.
This is it for real this time. This is it. GG to Nate and Shiggy. I called it now.
Cynic holding.
Oh no. I did call it already, man. This has to be game. I mean, there's a 4S pack, there's 4 wave creeps. He cannot.
Look at that easy hold. Deep coiler 3% HP.
Dude, if they hold here again on 1 HP, I would be so mad if it was Shiggy and Nate. But oh no, it's not game.
It's not over.
Oh
well, Cynic
no.
needs to suicide push, and he has done. So when is the next send, do you think? Is it 19? It has to be 19, right? They go, they resend.
Oh my god. This has to be a misplay. If Cynic is sending here, Nate can just go for the 20. Oh well, I mean, Yaga is so strong
well,
now.
Nate is doing king ups now.
What are they doing? I mean, obviously, they don't see everything we're seeing.
From Yog, so they want to try
Shiggy's
and win
leaking.
here.
Shiggy's leaking, but Nate is not leaking here. Right?
Nate has really good tank value. Really
but there's a pack
value.
leader coming from Cynic, I think. Yes, full aura against Nate, but Nate is looking so strong here.
He is and he isn't, because his 2 areas are going to do a ton of damage, but they're not tanking anything.
Yeah, but there's
not
the
getting the
support
value
of
from
the
their spell.
Daphne, so the units are actually blowing up quite fast, and the Aquas are fine as well, but it does not look as good as I thought for him. He might be holding just close. Oh, look at how is Shiggy doing so
really
good?
well.
What the hell?
I'm surprised by how well
she's
Shiggy's
having
doing.
not one good unit besides this one Hades. They're not that by far.
They're getting 50 gold shutdown here.
Well, who does care about a 50 gold shutdown if now Nate could just full suicide? Oh no, actually, yeah, Nate is actually here to either full suicide or just play it passive, place more Asarias, because Nate is not gonna leak 20 nor 21. There's no chance.
Yeah, he's got a very strong build.
And with Shiggy now having Hades together with those Pegasus, he's not that bad as well.
And Yog and Cynic are resending.
This has to be a misplay. Holy shit, I called it twice already. I just seen the chat, it's probably wave 15 right now. Everybody laughing about my second bad prediction. But they have to die now, right? There's no way Nate and Shiggy are going to lose this.
I mean, Nate and Shiggy are really strong on wave 19.
Just
look at Shiggy's front line is insane on this wave.
This is just a prime example of how strong late game roles at the moment are. Cynic is out of the game since wave, I don't know, 5, 6, something like this. He's out of the game for so long already. And Yogok still able to carry this. He's behind in worker. Yogok is behind in worker. He's just having this one OP comp with Hades, Starcaller, and Whitemane, which is giving him infinite power because he's just gonna spawn those massive tanky imps over and over again with the help of the Starcaller. Plus the Starcaller is doing this percentual damage, so it's gonna be so hard for them to actually break
it
the
even looks like Shiggy is pro leaking.
This is actually a pro leak.
Really bad for Cynic and Yog, and Shiggy doesn't even have a shutdown on him.
To be fair, I'm not sure if 20 is the play. With the resend on 19, they had to go 21 because Yog is actually super strong on 20. With Cynic,
Yog is good on 20, but he's receiving a, what is that, like a 1,000?
Yeah, but look at
1,000
there's
send?
two Hades with Whitemane and Starcaller buff, plus 3 more Hades with huge buffs. There's the Starcaller percentual damage. So if, well, the problem is
Cynic is very dead here though.
And Yogok lacks tanks actually. Yogok did focus too much on Hades, but not enough on tanks. I think he really needed some more tanks here, because if the
Hades imps, they are tanks, right?
Yeah, but isn't he getting through them fast enough with all the support of those other units Nate is sending?
He is, and I've got to say that those snails are. I don't know if the snails are ideal, because while they give the witches mana, they give the Hades even more mana.
Yes. It's all about, are the imps tanking long enough to reproduce
Oh, look
them?
at this! Look at this!
Oh my
Yog's
God.
units climb up and start attacking the backline. That's really,
so
really
bad.
good for him.
Yog is just
I
too
can't
good here, I think.
understate like how powerful that is for Yog.
I really think 20 was the throw wave, because I see Yog hold here, and while he's holding, he's just gonna spawn more imps.
Yeah.
Oh no, Cynic and Yogg did not send. Nate and Shiki are dead next, I think. Nate is able to hold this. Nate is
Yogg
an actual
holds
monster, to be
fairly
fair.
easily.
Yeah, that's what I said. You really had to go 21, because there's the AoE damage you have from the Legion Lord.
Now this is still getting through to King, isn't it? But the masks might end up killing the backline. No, not enough time.
This is not over yet. This time I'm
No,
right.
The King will take that out in a few shots.
This time I'm right. This time the King is killing the boss, right? I have to be right this time.
The first time for everything. Oh, live!
Easy, you know?
Live,
Guys, I'm never predicting wrong.
This is the second time this game their King's been on 2% HP.
If Nate and Shiki lose this, I would be so sorry for them, because they did everything right. They would have just got outrolled.
This is the craziest game I've seen in
Nate
some
is not
time,
leaking.
I think.
Nate is not leaking. There's no chance Nate is leaking here.
His 4's area, no, 5's area. His
There's
5's
areas, there's 6
Lord
Daphnes.
very quickly.
There's
with the
like
Daphnes as
massive
well.
slow. I wonder how the Legion Lord will even be able to attack with this much of attack speed slow.
Yeah.
Like, he has to hold here. He's 9k value. This is just massive. He's 2k value over Cynic. Like this boss has to blow up in seconds.
King melts over on Nade's
Yeah,
lane.
look at this. He's already halfway
already
down.
like, yeah.
Oh, look! Did you just see how like the steps is already jumping?
Yeah. But Yogg has killed his as well.
Well, let's see.
Cynic
But is he holding all of
everything.
it though? Is Nate holding it all? He doesn't look like it. Oh no. Who's leaking faster?
Shiggy's
Yogg is leaking quite fast, and Nate is still alive. I think they got it. Oh no. It's so close now. The masks are actually
It's
delaying.
so close.
Oh no, it's a race. It's quite... Oh no, they got it.
It's a race,
Cynic,
but they've got a
it.
massive
Nate and
King
Shiki got
HP
this
advantage.
because gates are opening at the same time and they're a lot lower. Holy moly, what an exciting game. I think this is...
What a game, dude.
This is the most exciting game we had ever. And I just see the whole chat blaming me because I did predict the King being dead twice. Guys, one time the King was on maybe 200 HP on 15. Alright, 17 was a bad call, I know, but 15? Come on.
No, it wasn't even close, dude.
This was an amazing game. This was massive.
What a fun game.
And you just see how powerful those late game rolls are at the moment. Yogg carried Cynic so hard. He did a full body workout. We go on with really interesting spells. Like once again, the spells are not bad at all. There's a lot of opportunities with them.
Look at this. You can see they've added on the left-hand side.
Oh, now we see. Yes. No,
Yeah,
it's
so it doesn't
vanishing.
tell you what
It's
they've
vanishing.
locked
No.
It doesn't tell you
for
what they've locked
Cynic.
in, but it tells you that they've
Lock and
taken
fight
lock
for
in.
Shiggy as well. Oh no.
So Cynic is definitely locking in the gargoyle, right? Because he's taken locking again and he's got the gargoyle again.
Nate took locking as well. Nate, Shiggy both locking in. I would assume Shiggy actually locked in egg.
Or Growl, maybe.
Maybe Grawl. Maybe
Cynic
egg.
could have locked in the serpent as well
What
because he
did
had both.
Nate lock in? Is he
maybe
locking
Grawl
in
as
Elite
well.
Archer?
No, Shiggy played that last game.
Oh,
But Shiggy has the
true, they
Elite
swapped.
Archer again now as well. They both have Growl, they both have Elite Archer.
Okay, so maybe lock and Grawl, which is actually a pretty decent play. I think you can do this absolutely. We know Cynic is locking in Gargoyle.
Well, it's either Gargoyle or Serpent, because he had both of those last game.
I'm pretty sure it's locking in Gargoyle. Cynic
Yeah, I think
played
it's
like
Gargoyle as well.
the last 10 games I played against Cynic, it was always Gargoyle.
Yeah. I think it's a pretty good shout, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Gargoyle myself, but I'm biased about this.
Yeah. So here's your favourite over here, the Fire Elemental.
Well, against the meta with sending on one, I really like a lot of other sends as well.
And Yogg has the Green Devil as well, and he got the King up too, so he can go 5, maybe even 6 workers.
Actually, one of my favorite openers right now is Graal into Violet. It's just so nice. Besides 5 is making some bad pathing issues at the moment, but besides that, it's really nice.
It's good on Graal into Orchid. I really like as well, because Orchid is good every wave up until wave 7.
If you have Millennium or Banana, this is actually pretty nice as well.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. If you've got some safe way to hold 7, it's a really good play.
Exactly. So we have Yogg here. He received a send on 1, so he was able to greet already 5 workers without adding anything, because he doesn't fear to leak on wave 2, which is giving him a little bit of a lead. And we should
see that Shiggy's playing an egg, and he should push 6 workers. But and he has.
Shiggy has those polys, and if Nate did play aggressive.
So Cynic needs to know he should send a dragon turtle and a snail, because if he sends a brute, then Shiggy holds guaranteed.
Well, he can have a guaranteed hold with dragon turtle snail as well. You know the build we talked about is
1 square further down, right?
Oh yes! Oh, look at this! It's such a big play. Yogg going for the worker number 7 to get the brood out and kill Nade, because like this against the brood, Nade is leaking the brood.
Shiggy is doing my positioning, not yours. So there is a
no, it's not even yours.
Something like 1 in 5
too high.
That he can leak.
Even with your positioning, he's too high.
Yeah, so there is a chance he can leak this.
No, he will leak this.
It all depends how many.
It will drag too many. It will drag too many. Too many should go on the wrong side, right? Oh no, he's so lucky. He's so lucky. With this high positioning, it could have been really bad for him. But I think the new positioning is actually fine with positioning it higher, because it's more into profiting from melee units instead of ranged ones. And Yogg did not send. Oh no. Yogg could have just carried here with sending the brood against Nade. Nade then would have leaked hard against the brood. Like he would have leaked the brood, maybe some hoppers on top, and this would have killed the exec.
It's pretty close to leaking. All it would have taken is 1 more hopper to go right onto the Seraphim, and Shiggy would have leaked there.
Yes. What an interesting play here. The Aqua Comp. That's really, really interesting to see. I haven't seen this in a long time. Aqua Comp already down on wave 4. But will this hold against what is it?
Cynic looks like he's building for wave 5 already, because he has a gate guard here, which is really bad on wave 4. And he is getting a send.
But he has the consort on top, the gate guard. The send is not too big. I think he's holding with this value. 4 workers.
Oh, he has crazy. Yeah, he's got really high value.
Yes.
I didn't see.
And
he needs to push now.
I'm not sure if the Aqua Comp was actually the play, because he doesn't have the tanks and he might not clear the dino. He should be able to clear almost all flying chickens, but the dino might actually come through. Unless he's really unlucky with the splash. Oh, look at the splash. Yeah. Oh my god. It was awful.
Honestly, he's fine to leak that small.
I think he could have held. Against a dino with this value should hold. If he's going for the consort and then adds up 2 buzzes, he might actually hold or only leak the dino. He should be able to kill all the flying chickens.
It's just a shame, isn't it, that Yogg didn't send his brute on wave 3.
It is such a shame. They would have had such a huge lead with the exec breaking and Shiggy staying on 2 workers to make it happen. They would have actually give them a huge opportunity in the early game, because then you actually can just income Shiggy on 5 into a big send on 7, and Shiggy is not really looking like being able to hold on 7, and Aqua Comps aren't as strong as they have been a while back. So actually 7 and 8 were a huge threat for the Austrian duo.
Yeah. When do you send now if you're Shiggy and Nade? I think I would look at 7
Yeah,
or
7
even
is,
wave 8.
at the moment 7 and 8 are looking really good, especially 8 having a lot of attack speed buffs over the last few patches, over the last half year. So 8 against the pack leaders looking
Oh,
really...
look at this. Wow.
Oh my
That's
god,
crazy.
what did he do?
87% with a Fiend.
Oh, he still has no tanks. He pushed too hard.
Yeah. So his Aqua's just got focused down
Yes,
super quickly
it
because there's
died
no
a
tank
lot.
line behind it.
Oh, damn it. And with the
Well,
blue aqua
That
standing
really
behind...
just opens the door and lets Cynic and Yogg back into the
Yes,
game in a big way.
With the rogue wave standing behind the fire elemental, you have the fire elemental full tanking whatever comes first. Usually you will have this rogue wave at this position here. This here, I mark it in the tab, by the way. So they will split the damage. So the units that are coming more from the right side will go on the rogue wave, and the units coming more from the center and left side going on the fire elemental, which is dividing the wave a little bit like this. And he just leaked super bad, which is throwing him behind by a lot.
And the other thing it does as well is that with that leak, Nade felt like he was forced to send on wave 6 instead of saving. And Cynic is really strong here on wave 6.
It happens again.
So this
Look
is
at
just
this.
food for him.
Fire elemental just getting shut down. The split is not perfect. Yeah. The split is 1 square too low, which will, yeah.
It's another leak.
Yeah, it causes really bad split of the wave, and Nade is basically out now. He leaked quite big, 3 waves in a row, no chance to push here because he's, or like only small chance to push here because he's not that great next wave with this value. Plus,
yeah,
he is not really able to get a lot of this gold because the share is already fairly small.
Shiggy is solid though.
Shiggy's
is solid. So this is a bit of a reverse of the last game, isn't it? Where one player has a really rough early game and the other player is kind of snowballing.
I just want to say, I hope Shiggy is saving for this 8. And he does.
Ah, he does.
Because
but
even
look at this.
with
look
Cynic,
at Yogg.
Yeah, but Cynic as well. But even against this, Cynic is not looking too good against a 200, 220, 240 cent on 8. I'm just worried a little bit about Yogg being on so high value with Nade almost no workers and almost no Mythium. Did he just shift? No, Yogg did not shift.
No. He's only got 17 gold.
I really think it was a misplay to not go for 1 Serpent already, to go into a Deep Coiler next.
Yeah, absolutely.
They really thought about the Send is coming now. They really feared the Send coming now, and now Shiggy with a long wave, which is maybe happening because he's leaking. He's getting the Ghost Knight out. The Ghost Knight incoming.
This leak is good for him.
Well, almost good, yeah. He's losing a lot of money because Elite Archer is quite bad. Look at this. The spread is just too huge. 50% is a little bit too much.
But it's an extra 20 seconds for his workers.
It is. But the Ghost Knight, it's just so beautiful.
Yogg is in trouble, dude.
Beautiful, but no, Yogg is not receiving. Yogg is receiving Ghost Knight. I'm fucking stupid. I thought Cynic is the one receiving Ghost Knight.
Trouble here.
Well,
so he needs a Deep Coiler. It's his only chance.
I thought Cynic is getting the Ghost Knight. I was like, okay, he's leaking all, but Yogg is looking at least as bad against the Ghost Knight as Cynic.
Yeah. The saving grace is that both players have just built a Deep Coiler here.
Yes.
So that's
Yogg is going to be
at least clean up on the back line.
Cynic is going to be an easy holder. He's going to get 120, but there's 280 coming against Yogg being on undervalue probably. Plus perfect send. It is the perfect send. Even the 4 boosts on the Infiltrator won't change a lot. And this beautiful send with a Lizard distracting the Deep Coiler is just such a huge play. This is
everything's
massive.
Lining up perfectly for them.
Yes, he's clearing out really strong though because
Cynic
he had
does
massive
hold,
tanks,
though, which is really big.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
this Deep Coiler was so huge.
It's alright. If the Ghost Knight is surviving, this is already massive. Look at this, 70%. He's not
you
receiving
say that,
a
but
lot.
we've got 42% over here to no send.
Which is fine. Yogg just had to save.
I don't think this is fine. I think this is really good for Yog and Cynic because he saved. When was his previous end? Like wave 3 or something?
No.
So
it wasn't that long, right? Was it 3?
Maybe it was. It might have been 4.
Did he send 5?
It wasn't 5, no.
Okay, maybe he did send.
So he saved for a long time.
Yeah, but he wanted to bring back Nate into the game. Shiggy was able to bring back Nate into the game.
They got 0 king damage from it.
I mean, it's not perfect, but at least he was able to give Nate a little bit of a break.
That's true.
Which was really
Nate
needed.
was really struggling. So by starving Yog out like that, he did relieve the pressure on his mate quite a bit.
We gotta mention as well, though, that the worker lead that is now in the game,
heavily on
5
the
workers,
left-hand side. Yeah.
Cynic and Yog, I really see them far ahead now, especially with Nate. Still, even though he got a lot of time, not the biggest sense at all, he's still 9 worker undervalue, not looking too great on any of the next waves, even though he's having this elite archer. But this won't help him with all the
first question is, will Yog send here on wave 10 or not? Now,
he's having so much
on wave
with him.
10. Nate is really weak on wave 10. But there's Venture on the table.
Well, Yogger can basically send now and send 11 because Nate is looking bad 11 and bad 10. He can basically send both times, and if either Nate is not going Venture and he's holding 11, which is fine then because they're still leading, or Nate is going to league 10 and 11, even though he has Venture, it basically just is not worth it.
Well, Cynic and Yog are saving, but I think both of them can leak here.
If they're not leaking big, this is over, because they will both be able to go for the Venture. Yogg is not leaking with the Venture, especially not with him now showing the Boas. Cynic might leak on 12 against a massive send, but I'm not sure if Nate will be able to get this out.
Yeah.
So either they take
these
big
guys
king
can
now,
both free
or
Venture
it's
if they
over.
want it as well.
Well, it's either big king damage, which would be like 40+%, or it wasn't worth it. But at the moment, it's looking quite good for them. Like it's gonna be a lot of damage. It's not perfect though. It's not too much. I don't want to make any prediction
and a shutdown, a double shutdown. Oh my god!
Yeah, but it's only 100 gold, right?
Only 100 gold.
It's massive. It's massive,
Dude, that's
especially
a free allowance.
Especially with them getting saved on. This is like the biggest part of it, because they can just do something passive now to live the next send, and this is a little bit too less king damage though. It's only around 30%.
I mean, they both just got so rich here, and if they want, they can take Dark Ritual. They are taking Dark Ritual.
Yes.
They just made 230 gold each with King Spell and Shutdown, plus the gold they get from the leaks and the King damage. So let's say they've just gained 300 gold.
Look at
each.
the bank account of Shiggy. He just had 600.
Insane, dude.
But there's no perfect units for them. I don't know if they already re-rolled, because they really had to re-roll this wave. If they didn't re-roll, I think they did a huge mistake. As well as Nate not going for the APS, but going for a Violet instead is a huge misplay as well in my eyes. He really should have done the APS, buffing 4 big units instead of 1 Violet. I really don't like this play, so I really would have liked the APS here. But the send against him is not that big. And Nate, 1,840 value, only getting 300 send with most units being income units. He could hold here, even though he's lacking tanks.
They both just have insane value after that shutdown and king damage.
But
like,
well, they're playing against double Venture.
Yeah.
And we see it here. This is a hold for Nate. Quite easy. You should push all of it. And
it's an easy hold for both.
Yeah, I mean, they were massive.
That amount of gold that they gained on wave 10 was just unbelievable.
But still, if they won't be able to break them on 12, which is kind of impossible, I think, Yorkok should not leak. Nate might get Cynic, but his Mythium is just way too small. Oh no, Cynic is doing... Oh no, never mind. I just swapped the teams. I just thought Shiggy's actually doing king ups. Wait.
Nate is saving. Is he going to send a pack leader? He is.
He is, yes. But I wonder why Yog did choose the right side to put his tier 1s down. Probably because of this
because
one
his serpent's
decoiler,
over here.
but he's missing so much damage from his boas, so much splash damage. He could have really needed it, and the coiler would have probably not been sniped too soon anyway. But let's see, if they're actually managing to leak them here once again, they're pretty good to go. But if they don't, which is looking like the case, especially against Yogg, he looks
Yogg's holding,
which was kind of clear, but Cynic holding as well being the
Cynic
weak
holds
part.
as well, yeah. So they can both just full push workers now.
Yeah, they can full push workers, still be on value due to venture gold. 360 is just
small league.
But Yogg is not burning anymore. It's not worth it at all. It's actually just perfect for Yogg and Cynic because they're getting a lot more time.
Well, you say that, but look at Shiggy's workers.
Yeah, but will Shiggy be able to hold 14? With 0 arcane units? Doesn't look like it.
That's a good point.
And I don't see Nate holding 14 as well. Well, he could actually do
Shiggy's
a red
called
ice.
it, and he's already building for wave 14. So
yes.
He has these elite archers on 13.
I think Nate should have done red ice for 14. It might have helped them. I don't know.
I think Cynic should push more workers, honestly. He's staying on 17. He has 200 gold.
Yeah,
I think he just pushes 4 workers.
He had to push more. What is his intention about this? Doing the Hades here, shifting gold? Probably he wants to bait with the Hades. He wants to bait on 14, I think.
I think he should just push 4 workers. I don't know why he's playing so safe.
Oh, I think I know what's going on. They think they won't have enough Mythium to send on 14. So they want to bait a send on 14 with Cynic showing the Hades plus saving mana, plus saving gold. So he will be overvalued on 14, holding any send incoming. And then they can just long save for, let's say, 16 or 17. I'm just not sure if this is clever because Shiggy's really looking bad on 14. And it didn't work out.
Saving, so they didn't fall for the bait.
Well, the thing is, Cynic will still be overvalued, plus he's having Hades. So 15 is not a real play for Nate and Shiggy as well. The next possible way to break them is actually 16. And I think they wanted to get the send that they won't receive this huge send on 16 because they know they're bad there. Yogg being undervalued now.
Yogg would die really hard to ascend here.
Yes, plus
Yogg would die really hard.
He would. Oh no, he's changing it up. The plan is different now. He saw he's bad. Wait, what did he do?
Yeah.
Did he Archer?
He did Trinity Archer.
Oh yeah, Trinity. That's what I meant. So they didn't fall for the bait, and it's now all about who is having the cojones to save here. Oh no, nobody has
looks like
them.
everyone sends, so no one has the cojones.
I mean, it's alright. I don't see Yogg holding 15 as well.
No.
Cynic will hold though. Who's holding?
Cynic will hold. Cynic is the powerhouse on 15. So this trade works out well for the left side too.
Shiggy could hold as well. It's all depending on the send, and I think that a ram.
That siege ram is perfect though.
I'm not sure because with the siege ram, all Trinity archers will fire all shots on the ram first because it's the only unit in range. So the ram's actually, in my eyes, not perfect.
The small octopuses will be in range as well, so they will still.
At first, like the first 1 second, every of those 4 Trinity archers is gonna fire all 5 shots on the ram. So the ram is dead in 2 seconds.
True.
If you just send a shaman, he has no tank line. If you just send a shaman. Hermit here, I think it's a lot better. But the tank ads were super. With the tank ads of the Dino and Snail, he perfectly counted what I just said. So it was a really clever play in the end.
Yeah. Oh, he's leaking everything, dude.
Yes.
He's leaking everything apart from the Dino and the Snail.
The Dino and the Snail were massive. Did you just see how he did not hit the ram at all, but only hit the other stuff? And this is probably GG for Yogg and Cynic this time. So it looks like I can't speak anymore. It looks like a tie this time.
Yeah, well played, guys. This was a really close series.
This was a great series.
Yeah.
This was massive.
That first game was insane, and this
I
second
mean,
game was
this
just
game was
really
insane
hard
as well.
fought.
There was quite a good comeback from Nate and
It
Shiggy
was super close
on the wave
for both
10
teams.
into the hold on 11. That was really nice.
Yeah.
If we see the goal graph, look at this. Like, Jorg and Cynic are ahead all the time until they were able, and Nate and Shiggy were able to hold on 11. And you basically see the spike going down. But then with Nate and Shiggy sending on 12, they're ahead again with the help of the Venture Gold.